That is a really good question, and it depends, of course, on what the person means with skill management. But my perception is, it's like, let's say you have a need of a hiring manager, then you're not necessarily looking for external workforce. You could also be looking for internal workforce, right? So you can say, maybe you should have some kind of solution where you can search for both. And then you can say, the question is, should you use your vendor management system also to manage the skills of your internal employees? Because that would solve this, right? Then you could just look at, but I think you have to be careful here, because it's very tempting when you are talking about this VMS system to let that handle everything. But it's a big task actually to manage skills, because skills is not a static thing, right? That's something that you need employees to update what are their actual skills. And there we are very much also going into the scope of a traditional HR system, let's say Workday or something like that. So my personal opinion is that a vendor management system or a digital solution for external workforce, you should use that for external workforce, and you should use your HR system for internal workforce. That would be my recommendation. We actually had the considerations in Right People Group and in the development of OneSide. Should we develop this so that people can update their skills? But I think you need to be aware that this is a huge task to make everybody update their skills. Let's say every 6 months. You really, really need a committed organization to have data for skills management that you can actually trust. So I would say, yes, for external workforce, like in the reporting section of OneSide, you could also see what skills you have hired, for instance, and you can have quality ratings, etc. So, but my recommendation would be not to use it for skill management for internal workforce.
Right, makes sense. And which I also understood is like you could actually use it, but actually you would advise against it because updating all the skills in your employee for your internal employees is just too much of a task to keep.
You have to have a really committed, because there's only really one person that can do it, and that is the employee themselves. And let's say they've worked with a new framework for the last year, then you look for that, but you don't find anything. Maybe it's because of that 60% have actually not updated the system, and then you stop trusting it, and then nobody use it, and then you get into a negative spiral.
Right, makes sense.